Alright guys, so here we go. Another weekend project we working on here, y'all. So we are going to do a unboxing and a put together of this motorcycle lift that I got from Harbor Freight yesterday. Here's how it comes in a big wooden box like this. This thing is super heavy, so they had to use a forklift to load it on here. So you guys make sure, if you're gonna plan on getting this jack, Harbor Freight here, you're gonna make sure you bring your pickup truck so that you can get this thing loaded. This is a full-size bed, and you can see this thing pretty much takes up this whole bed, and this is very heavy. The heavier end is supposed to be on this side and lighter ends here. Yeah, so that makes things a little bit more difficult for me, really. But no big deal, because we're probably just going to unbox it here on the back of the truck and just put it together. And here in the garage here, so that's where I plan on putting it there, in this little section there. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and get this thing loaded. So we need to get this thing cleaned up and some repairs. As you can see, my heat shield came off, guys, so I gotta replace that too. So get her back looking pretty, clean her up a little bit, oil change, all that's due. So I wanted to have that done on the lift instead of bending over on my knees, hurting my back. So this is what this is going to help me out with. Let's get this thing unboxed and settled in. Okay guys, so we've got this thing unboxed. I'm still in the process of taking it out, and it looks like this thing is pretty much already assembled. I thought I was gonna have to do some assembling, but it looks like it's just all put together. You just gotta, it's a matter of just getting the box open. And yeah, this thing, this is what it's supposed to look like. It extends to this height. It's pretty cool, very convenient. Now I just got to figure out how to get it from off this truck to on this floor. Yeah, so this is going to be a task. We'll see, guys, if I'm able to manage this, but we're going to make it do what it do, man, one way or another. Right, so okay. Okay, so this is the end plate for the tire. That's what this piece is. You know, we'll help if we read the instructions. We'll get to that in just a minute, but based off just the image here, I can kind of get in my head an idea as to what everything is for. And then when we go through the instructions, it should all click. You know, make sure we see what all we're working with here. So we've got a set of wheels, a couple casters. This will help with transporting this thing around instead of dragging it like I was just doing. So you can kind of move it a little bit easier. So we're gonna put these wheels on. Guys, look like I flew. The piece is actually attached to the jack still. And it looks like I have this thing backwards. I want the front of the motorcycle to be facing the wall and the back to be facing this side. But it looks like this is actually the front, because this is where that plate has to mount. And then we have a little thing that asphyxiate the tire, which is somewhere underneath this jack. I want to imagine like there's something strapped to it underneath there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip this guy on this side, put these wheels on, swing it back, swing it around, and just go from there, man. Okay guys, before I get too far ahead of myself, we have a set of instructions here. So there is just some slight assembling here that we have to do. Let's just say, avoid danger of suffocating, keep plastic babies. Yeah, so we're keeping everything, throw it away, out of the way that we're not using. So discard your plastics. Okay, anyway, let's get to the map. And it's saying here, raise the front end of the assembly, support, yada yada yada. So we want to make sure we have front wheel 22, which 44, I'm sorry, which is over there. We saw those black little casters. Carter pin, look like the Carter keys are here. We're gonna put that at the end. Once we put our wheel on, we're gonna put a washer on there and put a Carter key, and that's all that it takes to really snap those wheels on the front there. And then we have here secondary. Those already got the screws and nuts and bolts already asphyxiated with the actual wheel casters. So all we're gonna do is just stick that wheel caster on there and then slide our nuts and bolts as shown here. Washer on each side, sandwich it together, put your lock washer on there at the end here, and then secure with the nuts. And that will secure the rear swiveling casters to the, and then it shows you got an access panel to get to like the little pump there. It looks like we pulled that up. It's wrapped in plastic right now. And then we're gonna go here and we can install these ramps. Looks like with washer and pins. So they have some type of pins of some sort. I don't recall seeing those. Pins and R pins. So I gotta find those R pins, see what those look like. So those just get pinned on the ramp so you can take it on and off. And then we got this assembly part here, which we'll save this when we get to it, but it's just pretty straightforward. Nuts and bolts, no special nuts. We always use about the same nuts, same bolts, lock washer, 31's lock washer. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty straightforward, guys. So yeah, I mean, they come with instructions and everything, guys. So there you have it, and that's pretty much what it looks like. Pretty simple, easy to read, you know. And we also need to, this bar here doesn't look like this. This might just attach on somehow or another. We'll get to that last. And we got a lever here. They didn't say anything about any of these. Or did I miss it? For this here. Maybe all one unit. Where does that go to? Okay, yeah. So we'll get to that. Let's just get to putting these wheel casters on. Wheel caster on, washer, and your cotter key. So this takes to install. These already come pretty much set up the way you need to put them on. You got a nut here, washer, and then you just take this, got another washer, lock ring, nut. Take all those off. Take all that off. Pretty much stick them on there. Just like Legos, guys. You're gonna put your washer on. Lock washer, which is the one that looks like a coil almost. Nut. Tools for this. Just a 10, guys. Just 10 millimeters. washer. Washer. Lock washer. Nut. Repeat. $17mm for these. This is to keep our wheel in place. Alright, beware, it seems a little oily. It's got 3 different spots you can kind of adjust it to, which I'm just going to put it in the center for now, and to adjust it later I can. This one here, I'm out of washers. I gotta have a washer for that. Let's see. Yeah, didn't give us enough washers. Did not give us enough washers, guys. Great. So, good thing I have spare. This washers. Well, don't look like I have spare. We're just gonna have to lock it like this for now. Put washers in it later. Alright, so we got all the wheels, casters installed. Now we're just gonna flip this puppy over and roll it around and see what it's doing. See what it's doing. the lift together, buddy?
Huh? Put in the truck?
Huh?
And put it in the bike?
Yep, exactly.
Exactly.
Can you pass me that?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Two boxes on them.
Oh, yeah?
These don't in the bike, and these are to the bike. But another on the bike.
Posts, stabilize the load.
These are the bike can look on them now.
And this is our locking bar.
This is the bike. These are the bike, you know,
Make
these
sure it
bike.
doesn't go anywhere.
These bike, Daddy. These are bike.
Okay guys, so as you can see, we got this thing all buttoned up, and it's working, you know, got little foot pegs on there. This is to lower it, hold that, it goes down slow. This is to jack it up, supposed to jack it up. And then we've got our load bar here, that's the lock it in place. But we're gonna, you know, I guess we'll leave it there for now. You just lock it in there with the load, the bike on there, you know. If it ever bottoms out, it'll just stop, get to a stopping point and just lock the whole shebang there. And then these little hooks you can just put on. They look like they're like a 13. I didn't really tighten them out, just hand tighten them because you got the setting to put them here, here, you know, depending on how your bike's set up and the handlebars when you want to strap it down. This is what you will hook the straps to on each side to keep it centered, along with this wheel lock thing, which you just lock in place, your tire in place, using this knob there. So I mean, it's pretty legit. I mean, we'll see. We're gonna put this thing to the test and see what it's really about. This is the top side of our casters, what they look like. These are like little stands here. This will lock the load, level the load of the whole the lift. So once you get it where you want it, you'll put these down and it'll take the load off the casters, and they'll be standing up on these pegs here. So this will be a better support. You know, they make contact with the ground there. So, but I'm gonna lift these up for now because I'm not exactly sure. Well, I think that's about right. That should be about right for when I bring this bike in here. That should be enough room. But like I said, I want to do some more adjusting. So I may move this shelving that I have behind me to create some more room for myself in this corner. So I'm gonna leave those up because we're not totally locked down yet. And then while you're at it, guys, you might as well get you like a little, you know, stool, because you know, you can just sit down, stand up, and just work comfortably on the bike. So I went ahead and got me this Pittsburgh roller seat as well. This was only like 30 bucks, like $27 and some change. So not that expensive, and you know, it's great, man. They put you in the game real low, and they're here to miss on certain things, but certain things like this, you know, I don't mind popping it. So gotta put this thing together, of course. A set of instructions. Pretty straightforward. you know, tell you all the parts that's included and pretty much how it goes. Looks like you know, get this thing here, get the casters. The casters are already on, thank God. Just put this little, this should be a post here, this guy here. And let's just go ahead and just proceed with it, man. Just put this thing together. It looks like it just simply, okay. And it simply just sets in there. I guess it just stays in there with pressure. Nothing really locking it in. I guess over time it'll wedge itself down. Wow, there isn't really much hardware to this at all. It just looks like it just snaps together. That's it, guys. That was just no-brainer install. You know, don't need instructions for that, but there you go. Now you got your seat, and we can just kind of, that's the setup right there, guys. Bam. So now we can get to work with ease. Clean up, you know, shine up, you know. So I just been riding it, you know, dogging my bike out. So it's about time that we just get it in here and, you know, do some maintenance work, man. This is a nice setup. I'm pretty stoked about this, man. I'm excited to get wrenching on this thing, man. This is dope, man. So Harbor Freight, man, this is a pretty good product. Definitely rocking with you guys. You guys are clutch, you know. I got a lot of Harbor Freight stuff. I shop there with certain tools, sockets, and stuff like that. Like I said, they're hit or miss. I don't, you know, Harbor Freight Formatic, there's certain things you can't really, I wouldn't recommend getting there, but they're getting better, their products, coming a ways away, you know. Got a few other things that I've gotten from them. I'll let you guys see as time passes, you know. Shout out to Harbor Freight, but, you know what I'm saying, I could, you know what I'm saying, I work with those guys, man. Hey, look out for the common, the average Joe, man, who ain't looking to spend a whole bunch of bucks on tools, man, because these tools can get really expensive really quick, so. But they make the job all that more easier, man. So this right here is gonna save me a lot of back ache and whatnot, trying to clean my bike up, doing oil change, whatever, you know, so. Yeah, hopefully we'll get to test this thing out sometime this week. Probably this weekend. I don't think we'll get to do anything with it this week, but at least we got our lift, so when we get ready to work, all we gotta do is just pull up and get to work, man. So yeah, guys, it's gonna be a nice week. I'm probably gonna ride it out like that. Just ride it out, man. Got some heat shields I'm gonna put on it real quick, and probably this weekend. We'll see next weekend or something. Got something going on this weekend, but next weekend we'll probably get touch bases back with this lift. Yeah, guys, there's the how-to on putting your Harbor Freight motorcycle lift together. Brought to you by Phantom Mobiles.